Hey, you guys, I want to talk about some evidence-based remedies that are evidence-based for COVID. If you're like me and you've been around for the last couple of years, you've probably been like, what is going on? What is happening in this world? And while there is a lot of negative media and things that we just cannot control and recommendations that may or may not be FDA approved, what I do want to do is empower you. Empower you with information and things that are in the research, and we'll bring it up here on the screen so you can see as well. These aren't perfect, and you need to make sure that you are taking recommendations from your doctor, of course, but keep these in mind as well, because a lot of these are cheap and easy and great to have in the house, which is amazing. So making sure that you are following your doctor's instructions. And if you don't have a good doctor you trust, you can look for a good functional medicine doctor around you. So you can have someone on your team that not only understands medicine, but also understands this side of medicine, the herbal side, the natural side. Let's get started. All right, the first study that I want to pull up is bringing up a component of licorice root. And heads up, you guys, I am very anti-DIY your health, in my opinion. And I am a very natural practitioner, as well as my whole team of dietitians. We are natural first, and there is a time and a place when medicine can come in and be really, really helpful and be life-saving. So do not get us wrong on that side. But with herbs, even though it's natural, it still may not be ideal for you, because herbs are insanely powerful, and if you have a certain condition or if you're on a certain medication, it can have contraindications. So please do not DIY, and making sure that you have a practitioner that knows what they are doing and can guide you through this process. But the first study I want to bring up, so like I said, this is a component of licorice root. It's called glycyrrhizin, and it effectively inhibits SARS-CoV-2 replication by inhibiting the viral main protease. This is a really great article. I'm going to put all the articles inside of the description so you can read them for yourself. But this is really cool to see, because I am down for anything that effectively inhibits SARS-CoV-2 replication, decreasing the viral load. Because remember, viruses are nothing without their host. They need us to be able to be something. So yes, sign me up for decreasing viral replication. We don't often give licorice root in a supplement form because it can be contraindicated with people with high blood pressure. But one of the ways that I love and I always have on hand in my house is something like a throat coat tea by Traditional Medicinals. So that you can find at Target and all these other local herb stores and health food stores. It's a very common tea that's given, and it has licorice among other herbs in it. And that is a typical tea for sore throat. But because you're drinking it and it has this herb, it could, in my opinion, there's no studies on this, but I would imagine one, great way to get the herb in, and two, making sure that you are drinking it because the virus tends to start in the sinus and then in the throat. So absolutely love this natural remedy. Let's move on to the next one. Now, the next one I want to bring up is, I'm still learning about it. I'm not completely sold, but I wanted to share this article with you that's written because it does make sense. It makes a lot of sense, but it's going to be hydrogen peroxide nebulized. Again, don't take this recommendation, just go out and do it. Make sure you are getting directions from your doctor. But as you can see when you're reading the article, talking about how, one, hydrogen peroxide is really helpful in cleaning and killing and inactivating the coronavirus on surfaces, which is awesome. But it also potentially has a place if you are gargling with it to disinfect the oral cavity, or to also, as a nebulizer, be able to bring that into your sinuses and your lungs. Now, I've seen more anecdotal evidence than anything of people saying it was amazing and it helped them. Still, research is kind of out about truly how it is, but this is a really good article to kind of open up your eyes to this option. Okay, and my next one is I'm pumped because I am a matcha lover through and through. Now, the dosing is probably high, so you'd probably have to do a supplement, but also don't threaten me with a good time of drinking like 5 cups of matcha in a day. So bringing up this study is looking at EGCG. This is a huge part phytochemical that's found in matcha green tea. Matcha being way more high in this because it's truly the full green leaf tea versus you steeping the leaf and it seeps out into the water. You are consuming the full grounded up version. So this study showed that it inhibited infection of live SARS-CoV-2, and it also says that the infection of the pseudoviruses with spikes of the new variants was efficiently blocked by EGCG. So this is me telling you to get your green tea in and to possibly have it on supplement on hand. This is really cool. Next up is a nasal spray that it's really awesome, that it's so easily accessible. Target, you name it. And then of course, Amazon. This is called Clear, but it has an X in the front of it. So XLEAR. So this nasal spray has been shown to also inhibit the replication of COVID. And this is a nasal spray, so you spray it up your nose. It's not only saline, but it has grapefruit seed extract as well. So this is what is bringing out the reduced viral load. And so they also, I believe, as a company, went ahead and filed to be an emergency usage because it did show so much efficacy towards the coronavirus. So this is really cool to hear. Again, all these things are in the description, so go read them on your own. Don't take my word for it. And then, of course, there's all the other immune support that is so necessary, like vitamin C and even vitamin A, which is so important for the immune system, and vitamin D, because there are studies showing that there's an inverse correlation. If someone has low vitamin D, they're at higher risk of getting a more severe coronavirus. So getting all just your major nutrients, making sure that you're not deficient. This is such an important test that we do in this season of life of making sure that you are not deficient in anything, any nutrients, vitamins, minerals, amino acids, making sure that you're going into your day knowing that you're not deficient and you're starting off with a disservice in your body if you are exposed to the virus. There are some studies that show vitamin C is helpful for COVID, but then there's also some studies that I found that were not helpful with COVID. But I think with just common sense in how vitamin C works in the body for any virus is honestly a little bit more common sense, and I don't think we need a complete study to show us that. So those are just some of the studies I found. I would be happy to do more YouTube videos as they come across new research with other natural remedies to serve your family.